All right, so UConn played some team they had no business playing. They were 40-plus point favorites, which is just insane when you really think about it. When the spread is that high, they were up by like 46, 47 points at halftime. Who cares? In this instance, I don't need to be exactly correct. You get the point. But this game, aside from being Paige Becker's final debut game for UConn in a regular season, and Paige had an efficient game, she even had a cool little trick shot that didn't go in. And it was more than cool, in fact. They were favored by 46 and a half points, by the way, UConn. And they were up 47 points at halftime. But here's the Paige Beckers thing I'm referencing, because Paige Beckers had a really cool trick shot that didn't count in the midst of the game. And we know about Paige, so this isn't exactly breaking news for any of you, but I still thought it was a cool play and worth checking out before we get to Sarah Strong here. Oh, let me cut the volume. Paige flips it up, very Steph Curry-esque, right? Goes in. That's one bucket that didn't actually count. Now, Sarah Strong is the freshman for UConn, if you're unaware, the number one recruit in the country. So she comes in with very high expectations, and Gino Auriemma has put those expectations even higher. He said she needs to play like an All-American, and he said she's like having 2 or 3 players on the court simultaneously because of her versatility. So let's take a look at our highlights from the first game. We can react to that together as far as what Sarah Strong is capable of doing, and what her future may indeed hold when we're discussing the future of women's college basketball, because in Sarah Strong, you are dealing with someone who could be a problem for a very, very long time. This is not someone who is here today and gone tomorrow, right? It's a different sort of beast. And here are the highlights from Sarah Strong in this game that UConn had no business playing. But you get a sense of her abilities just by watching this, right? And she's a big girl, so an imposing frame. But she has a range as well. I've seen her shoot and pull up before. There she is getting the feed inside, goes up strong. Nothing tremendous about that play. But here defensively, she's got quick hands. For someone her size to have quick hands and then be able to handle once she gets the ball, that may be the most impressive thing I've seen. In that little change of pace there and the dish back to Paige. I think that was Paige's first bucket of the season. Strong inside, another nice dish. So good court awareness, which is going to be tough for players to deal with, especially as she matures. Nice pass there too, and grows into her body in the training a little bit more. There's a sweeping right hand. Here she is on the outside with the up fake. Look, they respect the jumper, and that's a lot of quickness to get to the basket right there. Again, the steal. Here she goes in transition. Again, the finish. Looks like she's going to have no problems finishing around the basket at all with her touch. She's got good hands, as you can see there. Doesn't hesitate in going up. These are impressive highlights from Sarah Strong, especially when she could catch and shoot like that. Oh, she's going to be a problem. She's going to be a problem. Here she goes in transition again. And there ends the highlights from Sarah Strong against Boston University. But, I mean, those are, pun intended, strong highlights. She is going to be an absolute force for a long time. And one of the future faces of women's college basketball, I can tell you just from seeing those clips. She is not to be trifled with.